Quality, innovation, respect, and integrity. Take steps to invest in your career. International Management Consultancy is the leading global marketplace for learning and instruction, helping professionals across the industry to develop skills and expertise to get recognition and growth in the corporate world. We are one of the leading training providers and gradually spreading our training facility amongst candidates based at different geographies, such as Canada, United States of America, United Arab Emirates, Saudi, Kuwait, Qatar, Oman, Lebanon, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Vietnam, Philippines, India, and many other countries across the globe. IMC is accredited by the highest industry standards. We put in the efforts and we work to prove our commitment to offering our clients only the best and of superior quality. With a uniquely immersive curriculum that combines live instruction from the leading experts, peer-to-peer collaboration, on-demand lessons, unlimited online trainings, and 24/7 learning support. IMC helps over thousands of professionals learn their skills needed to advance their careers and reach their full potential. In line with our commitment to excellence, IMC offers a number of training courses preparing professionals for certifications and exams given by the international associations in areas like management, finance and accounting, human resources, sales and marketing, quality administration, and as well as project management. By fully attending these courses and successfully completing the requirements of the certifying body, participants will receive a special certificate which recognizes their dedication and commitment and in many cases help them earn valuable continuing education credit. IMC Consultants has been working together with their clients from various industries in aligning their people and processes to compete through high speed, excellent quality, and low cost. We strongly believe that the key to our success is our total commitment in delivering value to our clients based on integrity, honesty, and openness. If you are uncertain about which roles or skills are best for you, hurry! Come visit our website or talk to our expert education consultants today. Take a step, invest in your future, empower your knowledge, and be one of our success stories. International Management Consultancy, excellence is what we deliver.
Okay. So we'll go through the certification exam preparation course. So introduction to PMP certification. So guys, this course PMP certification is provided by PMI Institute. It's in USA, Pennsylvania, and all the certifications when it comes to
again your voice goes down.
Just give me a moment, please. Maybe I'll open. Just tell me if it makes a difference.
Yeah, now it's good.
Now it's good? Okay.
Better.
Okay. So what I was saying is PMI provides all these global level certifications when it comes to, PMP. Just now I was telling you I am PMP, then ACP, which is, we will come to that slide, basically these. So these are the certifications which are provided by PMI, CAPM, PMP, then it is PGMP, Program Management Professional, Portfolio Management Professional, PFMP, PMI ACP, that is Agile Certified Practitioner. Then PMI PBA has been introduced maybe 3 years back. That is for business analysis. And then we have Risk Management Professional, that is RMP. And we have another certification, which is SP, Schedule Professional. scheduling professional, that is PMI SC. So these are other accredited courses. So we are all here for PMP certification, and after that you can look for any other certifications also. These are, as I said, these are all globally accredited certifications. So look at that maybe sometime later once you have already achieved your PMP certification. So you all have to, another thing is you all have to visit www.pmi. What I'm writing, are you all guys able to read?
Yes.
So this is the website www.pmi.org, where you will find all the details regarding all these certifications. And as I said, you are here for PMP certification. So under certification link, go to PMP, and there you will find the course outline content also as a PDF. You can download that. So this is, you can go for. So all of you take it as a homework and visit this website and read about PMP. Although I am also saying, but I'm telling you everything, but you also make a point of, visiting the site and register yourself. Okay, register yourself, and it is free. Just that it will ask for your minimal information as to your email ID and maybe because you have to create your user ID, password, and email ID has to be provided. Then you will get a PMI ID. They will send you a mail for PMI ID, and you will be basically always, since you will be giving an online exam, so definitely you have to register yourself to this website. And then when you will fill up the application form also, you will log in with your PMI ID password, and means PMI ID you will get as a number, but user ID password, as you do for other sites, you will create user ID password for yourself, and in a way you will get registered to this website. And every time you want to enter into the website, you can log in means you will have a login ID password. You can log in with that ID password. So when it comes to online exam also, what I'm saying is, you're all since this ID will be linked to your email, so every time your all communication with PMI will be through this email ID. Okay, so when you will give the exam also, they will trace you. Every tracking will be done with this email ID with reference to your PMI ID. So these two will be linked. Okay, so you ensure that you don't give your company email ID. Better give your personal email ID when it comes to Yahoo or Gmail, because why I'm telling all these things is, tomorrow you might change your company, so but then you might go for other certifications, not only PMP. You might go for other certification, and as I told you, you will be always linked to PMI with this email ID throughout your life. Okay, and so it's always good, like give your personal email IDs. And as I said, you might take in your career next other certifications also. So you will have like a dashboard for you when you go to your PMI website and you log in. You will get your dashboard in terms of all your certifications which you have achieved through PMI. So you can see it one glance at one place. So that is how it should be. It should not be at multiple places, multiple logins, multiple email IDs. It shouldn't be like that. So you should, if you're really futuristic and you want to be like, in terms of your professional experiences, you want to upgrade yourself every time, maybe in your future also. So look for, you should be very much thinking about all these things right now only. So this is what just a personal level I was explaining you all these things. Okay, then
Ms. Neetu, a quick question here. So if you could go back to the slide where you were referring to the certifications. So I also noticed there was something like scheduling professional. So what, like who actually does this? certification for risk management. I understand it could be from information and security perspective, maybe somebody from risk management teams, and then who would be actually doing resource professional or would be interested in doing this?
This is for planning engineers. Okay. Do you understand, Raza? Hello?
Your voice has gone down again, Miss Neetu. Not sure if it's only with me.
Scheduling professional, I said, is for planning engineers.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So
They actually, scheduling is done through MS Project, right? If it comes to projects, you can Primavera or MS Project. But there are a lot of capabilities, not only as a tool, but you should have a project management background to do scheduling also. Here also in PMP, we will study as one of our knowledge area in terms of, schedule management. But but these people like PMI SP course is specifically a lot of graphs, teaching you not only means MS project tool, Primavera tool, also all capabilities. And because a planning engineer should be able to schedule well, make some graphs, as I said. So that is what this basically some project management guidelines also to be followed when it comes to using tools also. So that is how this course is all about.
okay, Miss Neetu, that answers my question. Thank you.
Got it? Okay. And risk management, as you were rightly mentioning, that it is for mostly government companies. Means because there we do very much aggressive risk management. Maybe as a PMP, as a project manager, IT project managers, or other projects, we do just a very minimal risk management, because definitely, and again, risk management is an integral part of your project management. So we do scheduling, we do if you see, like, this is the stepping stone. PMP is like, people, another, to add what you are asking me, I mean, there are a lot of candidates who come to me and ask me, ma'am, should we do PABA? Should we do ACP? Or, should we do this? What? It's like, or should we do, maybe you are a business analyst, okay? Your question to me, but ma'am, why can't we do a PBA? Do. I don't see, as part of PMI is not saying that any of these courses are dependent on any other course. PMI is totally open till the time you are able to show your experience, that you have the relevant experience to sit for PBA or PGMP, anything, any of these courses. There is no dependency from PMI perspective. But do we understand that how do we climb the ladder? No? It means if your foundation itself is not good, none of these specializations will help you. So my take is, do PMP, then go for any kind of specialization. If you are in IT, I will prefer you to go for ACP. If you are into government projects, go for RMP. I am RMP, and you believe me, when I did my RMP, it was 3,000 professionals worldwide. Maybe now it has increased, the certificate, more certified people have come, become, means this, but this is the toughest of all the accreditations. You will not, it's not everybody's, what you call, game, like, cup of tea. Yeah, it's not everybody's cup of tea. So either because of that reason, there are such a few people, or they attempt and they fail, or they don't dare to attempt. That could be so many reasons for it. So still now it is the toughest of all the certifications. So see, what am I saying all these things is, as I said, this is like a foundation. Do this and then look for any kind of certifications which is very much near to what you do actually in your professional life. Okay, so that is what
And another quick question, sorry. So is that the level of hierarchy? So if you, as you mentioned, PMP is the base, and then we have program management professional, and then we have portfolio level, which definitely falls as part of the hierarchy. We go one level above.
Yes.
And does scheduling professional also fall a level on the top like the risk management, or no, it is a separate domain, a separate accreditation or certification?
See, when you said PMP, you rightly said PMP, PGMP, and PFMP. This is like we all understand that project managers reports to program managers, and program managers reports to portfolio management,
Portfolio.
right?
Yes.
We all understand that. This I can, but still, as I said, from PMI perspective, you need not do PMP. You can straight away jump to PGMP if you are a program manager, because you will be able to show your experience in program management, right? So you can go for PGMP. If you have experience, if you are a portfolio manager, you can always show your experience for portfolio management and simply sit for PFMP. Clear it. I mean, show your experience and clear your, PFMP certification. Nothing from PMI perspective will restrict you in terms of you giving the exam. Okay, so
Okay.
from that perspective, they're all independent. And why I said PMI-SP, why this is a foundation, because PMI-SP, as I said, project management concepts will be used wherever, in all these project management concepts will be used. Okay, so if the concepts are not clear, then what point of, because I assume that PGMP concept is clear, PMP means project management background is there. Correct. Foundation is already there. But when it comes to other courses, they are very specialized courses, and some basics in terms of project management should be known to you. That is why I said, go for PMP first and then go for any other specialization courses.
It makes perfect sense. Thank you. Thanks for answering.
Okay, guys, so that was just to give you some backgrounds about all these things. Then when it comes to target audiences, so don't think sometimes, again, students feel that, PMP is just for project managers. No, it's not like that. Anybody who has a keen interest in terms of pursuing career towards project management could go for PMP certification. So that is how I've written. Target audience could be project managers, associate, assistant project managers, team leads, team managers, project executive, project engineers, software developers, IT managers, any professional aspiring to a project manager. So PMI stands for PMI, Project Management Institute. I just told you to visit this website. That is www.pmi.org. Now, currently, there are 1 million PMP credentials holders across 185 countries. It is headquartered in Philadelphia, USA, founded in 1969. It's a world-leading non-profit membership association for the project management profession, advocates and promotes best practices in project program and portfolio management. So nothing to explain here. Then when it comes to eligibility, now all of you might fall into any of these categories. Basically, I believe that most of you will be falling in the second category, which is 4-year degree program. You would have done 3 or 4 years, whatever bachelor's degree you have, and then so this is what I believe, or maybe you are a postgraduate also. And if you are falling in a we have diploma also, right? So if you might, I'm not sure whether anybody is falling in this category also. So if you can see broadly, all of you must be falling in any of these educational background categories. Then in terms of project management experience, as I was explaining you a few minutes back also, in all ways you have to fill up when it comes to application filling, you have to fill your project management experience, So it's not that you fill up some operational tasks or things like that. You have to be working in projects. That is what we are looking at. It's not we are looking for some team leads. We are not saying you shouldn't be a team lead or something else. But even if you are a developer and you are working in projects, then you are eligible to sit. Then you are eligible to sit for this exam. So experience is required in terms of part of a project. You should be part of project. That is what Then based on your qualification, it is like if you have 4 years degree program or equivalent when it comes to your 3 years degree program also, then you have to show around 3 years of experience, 36 months. Okay. And if you are a secondary degree or diploma holder, then you have to show your experience of project management in terms of 5 years. So this is like if you're postgraduate, then you have to show 2 years. Yes, two people raise their hand. Yes, please ask.
Yes, ma'am. Sumit this side. So, ma'am, for showing up the experience, then what documents we have to show, or it is just that we will write about our experience and on the basis of that they will judge, or we have to show some documents like.
Okay, to answer you, for the first time when you will fill up your application form, you don't have to send any artifacts. Okay, no attachment. You just have to mention it very rightly. And to be honest, you have to be honest. That is what I'm saying to you. That whatever you have done, please mention that. Nothing they will ask unless and until there is an audit which comes to you, and that audit comes randomly. They will pick some maybe out of 100. I don't know what exactly their statistical sampling is, but I believe that some random pickups are there, and they will audit. Then they will ask you for the artifacts, and you have to submit as a closed envelope to them and send them across your certificates and all. Okay.
Yes,
But to be just to again, it's my takeaway. I'm not very sure of that, but because of COVID, you all understand things.
yeah.
No audits are coming these days. Otherwise, I used to listen to candidates that the audits are coming and all those things. But lately, I have not heard anybody in going for an audit because they have also become flexible. Okay. Is that answers you? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, Galaxy. Yeah, Galaxy. You have raised your hand, please tell me. Otherwise, put your hand down. I am lowering your hand, okay? If you're not asking me anything.
Madam, again your voice is breaking.
Yes,
Sure.
voice is breaking.
Galaxy, are you there? You raised your hand. Hello. Okay, leave it then. Yes, so let me continue and tell me now if the voice is clear or not, because I am sitting at one place only.
Not clear, ma'am.
Not clear, ma'am.
Let's try once more, maybe. I will put another. Okay, maybe I'll switch off my camera also, maybe bandwidth problem or something. Let's see now. Guys, tell me now.
Now it's okay.
Okay, it's fine.
See, because I'm doing multiple things now, video also, this also, that also. So maybe the bandwidth problem would come. So I just switch off my camera. Maybe that will be fine enough. Huh? Okay. So there's nothing much to tell me that why you should be a certified PMP, how it is important for you. So definitely it's a worldwide recognized certification, and it shows your commitment towards your profession basically. So you have the knowledge, you get a very nice certificate in terms of that you have a knowledge, you have the skill towards in project management. So again, the stamp, PMI stamp is there on your certificate. So that itself shows that your demonstration in terms of your experience. So that is what shows your professional achievement, improves the way you manage your project. And definitely when it comes to your working, it increases your skills, the way you manage your projects. Definitely when you gain knowledge, then it comes to your workplace also. So people start recognizing you. You stand in front of everybody, then what you speak do values to other, do values that. So I mean, it increases, you can say in short, it increases your marketability when it comes to customers also. And then sometimes we have seen, like these days, customers ask for PMP certified professionals. So that way also, and that is how customer confidence increases in you, displays your willingness to pursue growth, valued globally across industry verticals and companies. So this slide I've already explained to you. Now, when it comes to fees, a lot of you have concerned also. Besides your training part, guys, I don't believe IMC has taken any kind of, your liability in terms of sitting for the exam. This is something which you have to do on your own. Once you are prepared for giving the exam, then you have to go to, as I said, PMI website. Again, for PMP, when you will go to the link, there you can start filling the, once you are prepared to give the exam, okay, then you can fill up the application form. So for once you fill up the application form, then you submit online only. On the, you can be online, you can offload the application and fill the application offline also, but ultimately it has to be on the, online submission has to be there to PMI, and you have to submit your application form. And once the application it will take around 5 days to get, they will review your application, that everything has been a kind of sanity check only, that everything has been filled or not. Sorry. Okay, so sorry. So that was, once you fill up your application form and submit it, within 5 days, PMI will send you a mail that your application has been accepted. And once your application has been accepted, then it will take you, they will ask you to, pay the fees. And then it will take you to the payment gateway of theirs. There you have to submit online, means at their website, you will, through your debit card or credit card, you will, as you do for other fees payments or other payments also, you will do for PMI also. So this is the fee structure that, okay. Just to tell you one more thing over here, 2 minutes back, I was telling you that you go to pmi.org and fill up, register yourself. So what did I say? Registration. Okay. First step is registration. Then you can also become member. Okay, so I'm talking about now membership. So membership has around this fee, $139. Okay, so $139 you have to pay to PMI to become PMI member. Okay, now this membership is for 1 year. Okay, so this is for 1 year, and this much fees you have to pay. And what the benefits you get out of being a member is, you can download all the good practices books and standards of PMI. Okay, all white papers. There are a lot of white papers to read about. There is a lot of information basically there, where you can. There's a digital library which has been introduced lately. So that contains lot of project management information, lot of articles, lot of whatever you browse, you will get about PMI. And since you are giving PMP examination, so right now we are into PM Book 6th edition. Sorry, PM Book 7, and there's a transition going on from PM Book 6 to PM Book 7. So currently there are both the editions on the PMI website, but all these will be accessible to you only when you become member, not with registration. Okay, so and that is how you have to pay $140 to become member and be accessing all these PM books. PM book, not only PM book,
Madam, we are not getting your voice.
is it with everybody, guys?
Yes, ma'am. Your voice is getting low.
I am into HTML.
Ma'am, maybe issue is with your mic. Is it?
Shall I put the mic? Just try once more. One more thing I'll try. Hello.
Hello, hello. Ma'am, you are not audible.
Hello. Hello.
Ma'am, your voice is not clear.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
can
hello.
hear you.
Yes, ma'am, you are
Yes,
audible.
yes, yes.
Now tell me, huh? Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Fine. Now, who is the host? I mean, now it's when I'm trying to share my screen, it says host disabled participant share screening. So I think it has passed to somebody else being the host. Shirin, 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 can you make me the host, please? Because I think when somebody as a host logged off, then it passes to the next candidate.
How do
Can
I
you make-
do that?
Shirin, I think when you, Shirin, when you look at the participants, you have
Yeah.
to go to more,
Mhm.
and there you will find.
I can see only pin. Neetu, I can see
Yeah,
as when I go
Neetu.
to more.
Neetu.
Yeah,
Uh,
pin.
yeah, Neetu, you go to Neetu and then try.
It says pin and I did it.
Mm, mm, not pin. You have to make me host. No.
Okay.
Try. There should be something. There is something which
One
I
moment.
can.
Huh?
Yeah.
I think I'll leave from my
Yeah, you can leave and you can leave reason. I hope it will solve the problem.
Then maybe some other person will become the host. Is it?
I have assigned you.
Okay. Yeah. Now it's me. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. So let's see now how it works.
Yeah, you are the host.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So now my screen is there in front of you. So that's fine. Okay. So we were here. Now everything is fine, guys.
Yeah, everything is fine.
Okay. Okay. So we were in this slide. We were talking about the payments and all. So as I told you, for becoming a member, you have to pay $140 to PMI, and then you will be accessing all the PMI, contents when it comes to your standards and guides like PM book 6th, 7th edition, then PGMP standard guide also, PFMP also, portfolio management also. There is for the work breakdown structure also. Then there are other like business analysis. Then now we have disciplined agile also. So lots of standards and guides are there which you can download and keep it in your hard drive. Means in the sense you can download and keep it throughout your life. It's not that it will go off after some time, but all what is required is every time when you access those standards and guides, and you have, it will be password protected, and that password protected is your password only, which is the password which you give in terms of logging into your PMI website. So that is how. And every page will have your PMI ID number. Okay, so that your name is there on the footer of or the whole book. It will be like your name and your PMI ID will be there. So that is there with you throughout your life. Definitely, if you are not a member tomorrow and your membership expires and there are new additions, there are new contents which come to, means revision of edition. Like tomorrow we are maybe after some time 8th edition will come of PM book, and you are not a member, then don't expect to download, because then you will not be able to access the contents of the PMI. So till the time what I'm trying to say is, till the time you are member of PMI, you have you can download, I mean whatever is downloadable, let me put like that, all these standards and guides are downloadable. You can download all the guides and keep it with you in your computer, laptops, hard drive basically, and you can read anytime. Just that, and ensure that this is always, there's a watermark on that, not for sale, not for distribution. So don't do all these things. Okay, you have to keep it off for yourself only. That is what is expected in terms of ethics also. So that is the benefit of, just to tell you that this is one of the benefits of being a member. Then another benefit is, as you can see here, I have put it like, PMP certification exam fee without PMI membership. If you are, I am not, what I'm saying is, it is not compulsory for you to become PMI member, means pay this much amount and then give the exam. No, you can simply register yourself. Only with registration also you can pay this much amount, $555, and sit for this is examination fee. Okay, so if you straight away jump from registration to pay the PMI fees, exam fees, then you have to pay $555. But if you are PMI member, means you have already paid $140, then what you will pay is $405 for your exam. So instead of $555, you will pay $405. So that makes sense, guys. You see how much is it? This is $140 and this was $550, correct? $555. So 511, correct? Sorry, 4, huh? 5, yeah, 541, 5, huh? So
45.
theoretically, you actually, got it? What I'm saying, trying to show you, you got a discount of your what you have paid in terms of your membership fee. You already got that, means more than that only. So you have got that much discount what you paid for PMI. So does not it make sense for you to become member, download things, then pay for the exam? Got what I'm saying? Correct?
Yes, Ms. Neetu. Ms. Neetu Razak here. I have a question. So my membership has expired in 2020. And so now if I'm trying to become the member again, so it's asking me to submit the form again. So is it mandatory that I need to submit the form again, or because I was already an approved PMI member? So do I need to submit the same details of my project management experience again to become a member, or I just need to pay the fee and then become the member?
My question to you is, Razak, you have your PMI. Can you log in to PMI? Do you have your login ID password? How do you go to PMI website? How do you enter? If it asks you for login, right? You have a login ID created as in terms of your registration. Razak, can you hear me, please?
Sorry. Yes, I was actually speaking on mute, Ms. Neetu. Yes.
Yeah, tell me. Are you able to log in to the PMI website?
I am able to. Yes, let me log
Yes.
in.
Okay, listen to me, huh? Just
Okay.
it will again ask you for, are you a member, correct or not? Go there and you just pay the fees for the membership. That's it. What form you have to fill up?
Because
If
it's
you have
asking.
already a registered, if you are entering the
Uh-huh.
website with your login, you're already a registered person, no?
No, what I'm asking is, see, previously back in 2018, I registered, I also paid the exam fee and all, but actually I was not able to attend the exam, and the exam duration of the tenure passed. And then after that, I never logged in. But now when I log in, it says my membership has expired. So now what I'm asking is, no, when I'm actually trying to log in or
Okay,
try to.
let's put off any confusion, Razak.
Okay.
You do it fresh. Okay, forget. Okay, because there's nothing for you to do. You are not you have not achieved any certification from PMI, right?
Yes, I have not. Yes.
Correct. So nothing to worry. Just start fresh. Okay, let's close off things by that, because nothing matters. You have to because what I understand is somewhere you are doing something wrong. Okay, your login ID password you don't remember. Otherwise, it's not the case.
Okay, probably
Okay,
maybe can we have an offline session?
yeah, let me have
Okay,
an offline discussion. Maybe you can share your screen and I'll guide you
okay,
upon.
sure.
Okay,
Thank you.
we will do it. Let's not, yeah. Okay, guys, for those who are fresh, all of you will go as per the guidelines, as I told you. Register, become a member. It means, again, guys, there's a catch here. Let me complete it, then you will understand what I'm trying to, again, from my personal level, I'm explaining you all these things. So as I said, membership is 1 year. Okay, membership will be you $140 is not your lifetime, that you are paid $140, so you are lifetime membership you have for PMI. No, as I said, it's 1 year. So within this 1 year, do you understand that you have to download all the books and all, because after 1 year you will not be able to download things. Then another thing over here is, as I was just mentioning to you, that if the system recognizes you that you are a member, you are paying $405. Okay, and if you are not a member, then you have to pay $555. System itself, because you are logging in with a registered, you are already registered, you are already registered to PMI, and once you become a member, it flags in behind in the database somewhere, the flag is there that you are a member. So instead of showing you $555 as your exam fee, it will show you $405. Okay, so that is how it happens basically. But guys, now why I'm explaining again this over here is, if you are thinking of giving exam after 1 year and you become a member today, then don't expect this $405. Okay, then again it will be $555. So what you should be doing is, you have to be at the same time, means, if you want to avail this $140, you should see that you are a member. Okay, behind you are inside your 1 year membership, then only you should pay the exam, means within that only you should sit for the exam. And that too, for 1 year, let me explain like that. Once, like what you are doing, I just told you, you have to fill up the application form, and the application takes 1 week to for the PMI to approve it. From there the date starts. That date when your application gets approved, from that date till 1 year, again your application is valid to sit for the exam 3 times. Meaning to say, your PMI gives you 3 attempts for 1 year to pass the exam, not more than this. You cannot keep sitting every month. Don't do that. Cannot be done. 3 times. Within that, if you still don't clear the exam, then next 1 year you cannot sit for the exam. It's like a ban to you. After 1 year, then that gap has to be there. Then after 1 year, you have to freshly fill up the new exam, application form, and then you can sit for the exam. So now what is there? Why I'm explaining all these things? Understand the catch here. Your 1 cycle is your application form is, valid. Your application form is valid for 1 year, and meanwhile you have to see that your membership is also there. Correct? Both should be aligned together. Then only think about, this $405. First time you have to pay $405. If God forbids you don't pass, then you have to pay $275 again if you are a member. Re-examination is also there is a fee for re-examination also. So if you are not, I have put both the things. If you are not a member, for the re-examination you pay $375. For re-examination you pay $275 if you are a member. Guys, is this clear to you? Yeah, tell me. Is this clear? Not clear? Then ask question.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Is this fee structure clear to you, or you are not interested? That's another thing.
Clear.
Does it make sense to explain you why you should be a member, not member, and all those things? Do take
Yes,
care of all.
yes, absolutely.
Again, it's a project for you.
Ma'am?
Okay. Yeah. Tell me,
Ma'am,
please.
Yeah, ma'am, I have a question that I have searched that for a student there was a discount, but do we get the discount in the PMI paper as well, examination cost as well?
What did you say? PMI fees, na? This is what you're talking about, na? There is nothing like student, non-student. I don't see anywhere. Please send me if it is there. What
No,
is
I have
student,
checked on
non-student?
their site that for the student, the membership cost is less.
Firstly, to correct you over here, if you are a student, you cannot even give the PMP exam. Do you understand that?
Okay.
Where will you have your experience then?
No,
There
if I have
only-
if I
there-
have a prior experience,
Okay, you are doing MBA. Let's see, huh? You are a student,
yeah.
huh?
Yes, ma'am.
But you have a so don't call yourself a student. You are already an experienced person.
Okay.
We are not talking about lateral and all those things. Okay, you are not student means I will consider student even if you are not graduate. Then if you are not even graduate, then you cannot even give PMP exam. No?
Okay.
Okay, so there is nothing like I have ever seen that there is a classification which is student, non-student. Huh? There is nothing like that. Only thing I can tell you is if you are not experienced, okay,
Yeah.
you can simply give CAPM. There is another
Okay.
certification. Okay, just see here. CAPM. I did not mention because I thought all of you are experienced people. So I did not even talk about this certification. This is for
Okay.
somebody who wants to, go towards project management, but he has no experience. Again, I am not saying student, okay? You are
Okay.
a pass out and you
Yeah.
don't have 3 years of experience. I will take like that. Okay. Then you can go for CAPM.
Okay.
And once you are CAPM, you don't have to even come. And you understand that all of you, once you complete this course, you will get from IMC the 35 contact hours certificate in terms of attending this training. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
that is again very much required for you to fill up the application form.
Okay.
This certificate is important for you. Okay, so when it comes to those who, those who are just a pass out from the universities and they don't have experience, they can simply go for CAPM. Okay, then
Okay.
after having CAPM, then you don't need this certificate. Basically, you can go for PMP.
Okay.
That clears? Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other question, guys? No question. Everything is.
If I showed this certificate during my filling form for the examination, there's any benefit for this certificate?
Which certificate are you talking? This
IMC certificate, IMC 35 hour training certificate.
So what are you saying? What is the benefit? Is this what your question is? Hello. Yeah,
Yes,
Rajkumar.
Yes,
So
yes,
what
ma'am.
is your question? That what is the benefit of this certificate? Huh?
So when I am going to apply these PMP examinations, so if I showed them that I had a 35 years of the PMP training experience from the IMC. So is there any discount or is there any additional marks or something like that?
Guys, you have to show. There's nothing like I show or I don't show. Okay. This is again a part of your application form that you have to do training of 35 contact hours. There's no discount. We are not talking about all these things. Okay. We are talking in terms of filling your application form. It is required. That's it.
It's a mandatory requirement.
Yeah. So it is nothing like this. I'm not talking about fees or something like that. It's a part of your application form. The last part of your application form is where did you got your 35 contact hours? What will you write there? You have to write, no? Okay, you cannot keep it blank. Again, your application form itself will be rejected then. So it is not in your purview that you can say I will do, I will not do. You have to. See, there are other ways. I'm not saying you come to any institute and take the training. Being an from IBM and Wipro, I have been into a lot of conferences and forums when it comes to senior levels. Okay, so we go for conferences and there we used to get certificates, and that certificate itself hold for PDUs. So I actually did not require any trainings to go to any institute and get this kind of certificate. But as I understand, most of you might not be at that senior level that you go to conferences, project management conferences, and you get certificates, and you can show that in terms of your PM experience. Means when it comes to contact hours, no, you cannot do that. So that is how I am saying that there are institutes who provide e-learning courses also. Everything means there are other ways to get 35 contact hours. But all I am trying to tell you is these 35 contact hours is required, is a mandatory something which is required for your application form. Does that clear, Rajkumar?
Yes, ma'am, that step is clear. That is the requirement perspective view. So whenever I'm going to appear in this exam, so how this knowledge will help me?
Which knowledge out of this 35 contact hours? Huh? Hello?
Yeah, ma'am. This 30 power, whatever you trained.
So you
will
don't take
train.
training. It's okay. You don't take training. You study on your own.
No,
That's okay.
I'm just asking the questions to get the clarity.
No. What is your question? Means how does it help me? That is what your question is. Why
Yes,
this training
suppose,
will help you? Why
suppose
do we
now,
take trainings to get knowledge? That is what you are doing. If you
no,
think
whenever
so,
that
knowledge
is
is
the,
not that you come to this training and you get
no,
knowledge.
here is
You
a,
can read books. That is
no,
knowledge.
here is a two part, ma'am. First
Yes,
part is
yes.
I learn from this training, I implement my organizations or in my daily work. That is the one
Okay.
part. And second part is that I am going for application for the PMP examinations.
Yes. So
I am talking about the first part is our mandatory requirement as we are the in a industry professionalist. So first one is our primary requirement. So then second term, if I go for the PMP examinations, then what are the questions and what are the topic I don't know how much is relevant or don't know. I don't have any idea also. So that's why I'm asking. These 35
so
hours.
that is what we are going to teach you in this means we are going to share with you the kind of questions will be asked in your exam, the kind of the study material which I'll share with you, the kind of I will take you along. Project management is a very vast knowledge. It's not that I can even cover in 35 hours. There are books. There are 10 reference books when you will see the PMI link to appear this exam. 10 reference books. So will you read everything? So as I said, knowledge is not it's limited. It cannot be in one or two books which we are talking about, PM book 6 or 7. So but our best part is means that is how we instructors are there based on our experience. Even I am not saying whatever I will teach will only come. So nobody can claim that, believe me. If I cannot say that, nobody can claim that. So that is how I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. Hello?
Hello? Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody else start speaking in between. So do you got Rajkumar or not?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I got the clarity.
So we have to be focused. That is why 35 contact hours are there. But otherwise, believe me, it cannot be done in 35 hours also. Okay. But see, PMI is not bothered that PMI believes that within 35 hours, at least kind of, 35 hours are there when it comes to knowledge. Okay. It means certification related knowledge and all those things. So
Madam, can I ask one more question regarding the PMP examinations? So what would be the percentage of pass mark and how much is the total marks in the exam and what is the timeline?
see, now again to answer you, PMI never publishes such kind of data. Okay, because you understand that I means nobody can make out that how many candidates will be appearing for the exam on a daily basis and how many passed. If the PMI doesn't publishes the transparent, or they are not telling how many of the you are failed, PMI just gives every time the statistics as to how many PMP professionals are there up as to date. Okay, but they never say how many sits and how many passes and how many fails. So how can I quote all these things? Nobody can. Okay. All we can say, because how many of you guys will appear, even I will not come to know. Unless and until you really come back and tell me, ma'am, I passed. And that too, you can understand, how does it happen. So nobody has that statistics. Only PMI has that statistics, maybe, but PMI never publishes that.
Yeah, ma'am.
Rajkumar.
Got it. Thanks for the clarification.
I cannot hear you, Rajkumar. Guys, somebody speaks. I want to know whether I'm not able to listen.
Hello,
I
can
want to
you?
ask. I want to ask you one question, Neetu.
Yeah, Sharon. Yeah.
This exam is for 4-hour exam.
Yeah, next slide is on that only. Huh? I will explain what kind of questions
Okay.
and how many questions will be asked and everything.
Okay. Thank you.
Till now, it's just what I covered. It's for the fee structure and anything that should be. If anybody has questions related to that, otherwise we can move to next slide. Somebody is asking me, how do we get ATP certified? Praveen, Praveen, first become PMP, then become ATP. Okay, that's again journey. Okay. So first try to get your first goal right. Then ATP is authorized training partners. We go for you have already seen my profile. I hope you were there when I was introducing myself. Then actually they see that how many years I have been into teaching. Some institute all see, like we are ATP, authorized training partner. Similarly, institutes also have to show that they have been conducting project management trainings, and they also have to fill up certain forms and get the approvals from PMI to become authorized training partner. So what happens, they introduce you as an individual. They will say that these are my trainers. So these trainers again have to go the PMI check will be there in terms of reviewing their profile. And once your profile get reviewed by them, then I have to go for 2 days train the trainer session. Then they will take my assessment test, and then you become ATPs. So again, as I said, it's a journey. So don't jump into things. Maybe first become PMP, start teaching, start become an instructor, and then go for ATP. Does that, Praveen? Nothing to I just wanted. It's a journey, so that's for your information. Yeah, Praveen. Okay. Anybody else? Any question? Yeah. Okay, Praveen. And I think none other question. I have been answering all of you. I have been seeing the chat box. Now next. So this is the exam pattern. 180 questions, 230 minutes, 3 hours, 50 minutes. It allows for 10 minutes break 2 times. And if you don't take it's upon you to take the break or you don't take the break, but it is not counted among this 230 minutes. And this is how it is. See, things have become easier now. I think my exam in 2013, 13 or 14, I don't remember. Okay, at that time we have to give 4 hours exam. In fact, till last year it was there. Only in January 2021 this exam pattern has changed. So it was a 4 hours paper. Now it is around 3 hours 50 minutes, and in our time there were 200 questions. So you can understand that. So there was a bit difference earlier. Now from 2021 this exam pattern has changed. And we never used to have any breaks, guys. It was like 4 hours sitting at one place and giving the exam, and that too in the center. I have gone to earlier it was Prometric Center. Now it is Pearson View Centers. So because of COVID last year, like I think around March 2021, they changed it to 2000. COVID came in January 2021 or 2020. Sorry, we are in 2022 now. And when did COVID came? 2020 or 2021?
I'm 19
2019.
end.
मेरे ख्याल से I think 2020 beginning it all started ना February
Yes, ma'am.
2020
2020.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
2020.
March 2020.
So what what is somebody please mute yourself.
Hello.
Who is this? Who is this? Hmm. I am muting everyone, all of you. Once you have to unmute yourself and then speak. Okay, so what I was telling you, in January 2021, new syllabus came. And what they did was they actually changed it to proctor based exam. Now because of COVID, you can give the exam from home also. And this is just because of COVID, and I think now that is continuing. Till now they have not taken their hands off from that. Till now also you can give for go for proctor based exam, means sitting at your home you can give the exam, you need not go to institute. Okay, but again, proctor based exam is a challenge because you have to ensure your connectivity at home, and you will be all the time inside in front of your video camera. I hope you understand. Somebody is like, as a proctor will be watching you. You have to see that nobody enters your room. You have to tell your guidelines to your family that nobody should enter, close your door. uh, because if they see somebody else coming entering your room, then they will cancel your exam. So all these things are there. Okay, so you have to think. I'm not sure what is happening currently, means still institutes, we have institutes open or not open, and sometimes because it's all keeps changing because of COVID, we never thought COVID will come, right? So that is how, I don't know again what time you will give the exam. Again, there will be some guidelines from PMI with respect to the current situation. So I cannot say. No, it is not something I can generalize to you, because it is not in my hand or to tell you, because it keeps changing. Guidelines will keep changing as to how globally things move. So don't worry. I mean, you have to take your stand in that way. This is for your, as part of your exam, how when do you appear for the exam, and which country you are, we don't know. So questions will be combination of multiple choice, multiple responses, matching drag and drop, hotspot questions, and fill in the blank question type. So these are the different question types. I will send Michelle the different kinds of question types also, which you can practice, and you will come to know what kind of questions are asked. Then another thing which I have written here is 50% of the exam will be based on predictive and 50% on agile. So you got to understand both the approaches when it comes to project management. What is predictive or waterfall approach, and what is agile. And then it comes to hybrid is a mix of predictive and agile. And the exam question again is on 50%. The current exam pattern, which is, as I told you, which has come in 2021. I will show you the PDF also of the new exam outline, and I will share it with Michelle. Whether, I don't know whether she has shared as of now or not. I will send it across to her so that all of you can access that. And as I said, it's not you can go to PMI website also and download the exam pattern. Basically ECO, we call it exam content outline. So I will share, just now I will share it with your on my screen also, to show you, just to get you a feel of the exam content. So there you will see it is already mentioned that 50% predictive, 50% agile. Now do you understand, guys, that waterfall, predictive or waterfall or traditional approach we have been following since ages. Okay, but because now you see that we are stepping into a changing environment. When it comes to dynamic environment, you see how globally things change now. So randomly, you take the requirement today, and after some time the customer changes his mind. Okay, that is actually we have to be agile teaches us to be more flexible. The approach, this approach is showing us, is tells us to be flexible in terms of project management also. And how do we do that? That is what we are going to study as part of 50% of agile. So I was talking sometime back in terms of PM book 6, PM book 7, PM book 6. Till PM book 6 it was totally, I mean, prescriptive approach, or you call it like here we are calling predictive or waterfall model. So it was all process oriented, but PM book 7th has more towards principle orientation. So that is how I have put my all course slides that I will be teaching you, taking you along the agile part also, and predictive also. That is how you will cover the entire exam. So I have not, as I said, I will not be following any one book, but I will be following agile book also. There is an agile practice guide also on PMI website. There is a Scrum guide also. So from scrum.org, they are the masters of Scrum. So that is also I have picked up, and based on that I have created the whole course content for you guys. So that is how now no negative marking. You have to see that you attempt all the questions. That need not me to mention that don't leave any question. This is what we teach is our children's also. No negative marking means do the complete paper. Don't leave anything. Okay, this is the website to download the new exam content outline, which I will also show you. So you go to this reference site and you will see. Then I was sometime back, I was telling you that there are 10 books referred by PMI to go for this certification. So you can read all 10 books if you can, very good. So that is also there. Okay. Okay, guys, any question? Sumit, will you be sharing those books with us? Even I didn't read it, even though I don't have it. Okay. Which books are you talking, Sumit?
Yeah, the names which you have just shared, like book on Agile or Scrum.
I'll speak to Michelle. You better.
Okay.
On the operations thing, we will talk with Michelle.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
She will assist. Okay. Anything else, guys? No question? Currently, will you be sharing? Okay, Razak is asking currently PMI exams, is it on 6th edition or 7th? To answer you, Razak, had I been PMI, I will answer like a PMI. I'm not answering like an instructor. If you have asked me from PMI, as a PMI, I will answer you that exam will be based on exam content outline. It will not be based on any book. Does that answer?
It confuses me more here.
So as I said, project management is not in one book. Okay. So PM editions will keep, this is guide. PM book is what? It's a guide. Okay. So guide does not mean your exam is based on, it is just a guide to help you in terms of your knowledge. That's it. Okay. So PM book 5th came, 6th came, 7th came, 8th will come. Okay. PMI will never say read this or don't read that. Till the time you are okay without reading the book also, you can go for the exam if you can. So exam is not based on any book. Okay. Exam is based on exam content outline. Now let me show you so let's go through the exam content outline. Okay. Okay, Razak.
Yes, Miss Hito, I got it. Yeah.
So let's now because whatever slides I have made through this new exam content outline only. So it's good that we get a feel of the exam content outline itself. So guys, now tell me, I'm sharing with you what I'm sharing. I'm sharing this. Now can you see the orange color sheet? Orange color
Yes.
here. So I'm just scrolling down to get you a feel of how, this, what you have to see in terms of your, see, this is what is you can download from PMI website also. Exam content outline, January 2021. Sorry, 2021. This is what I said. The new exam content outline came in 2021 January. And I'm just scrolling down first to show you. So this is just to understand from the structure point of view how the whole course is structured. Had it been you have like those who just mentioned to me that they have appeared earlier in exam and maybe earlier editions like 5th or 6th. At that time, this structure was not there when it comes to exam content. It was only the 49 processes divided into knowledge areas and process groups. Okay, that was how the tasks were there against each process group. So there were process groups, and under that there were tasks. Now what they have done is, with this new exam content outline, they have divided first into 3 domains. Domain 1 is about people, domain 2 is about process, domain 3 is about, third is about business environment. So first of all, understand that in terms of project management, what PMI exam content outline, I think I cannot write, it will not allow me. Okay. So these are the 3 domains in project management. Let's understand like that. Which are these 3 domains? People, process, and business environment. So when it comes to exam taking, the percentage of questions will be based on, in terms of people, you will be asked 42%, process will be 50%, and business environment will be 8%. So that is how, the percentage of questions will be there from each domain. So you see, process is maximum. Then comes people, and then comes business environment. All in all, we will be talking about all these 3 domains in more detail when it comes to covering the course. And what I want to again see over here is, now sometime back in my slides, I was mentioning to you that 50% of the exam will represent predictive project management approach, and other 50% will be around agile or hybrid approach. So that is how this line is highlighted here. Okay, so we will talk about in how do we work in predictive, and how does it differ from agile. So as a part of our course, we will study this also. Now see here, domain, task, and enablers. So again, when it comes to structuring of the exam, what they do is, first I told you there are 3 domains, right? Just now I explained you there are 3 domains, which is people, process, and business environment. So under domain we have task, and under task we have enablers. So you see here, let me show you like this. So this is domain 1, which is people, which we just saw that 42% is people, right? Under domain we have task. So task 1, task 2, just I'll just scroll you to show you. So there are 14 tasks when it comes to people domain. Now similarly, when it comes to process domain, there are 17 tasks. Okay, and when it comes to business environment, there are 4 tasks. So this is how, first of all, so we have domain, under domain we have task, and under task we have enablers. These are now, so task name is, so let's understand like that. Domain is people and task is manage conflict, and under manage conflict, the enablers are interpret the source and stage of the conflict, analyze the context for the conflict, evaluate, recommend, reconcile the appropriate conflict resolution solution. So these are the three enablers under this task, manage conflict. And this task falls under people domain. So you understand that? Okay. So need not, I don't want to go through each task and enabler to explain you over here. What we will do when we will study, when we will go through the slides, we will actually, as I said, I will be covering both PM Book 6 also and PM Book 7 also. And PM Book 6 is process oriented. And processes are divided among process groups and knowledge areas. I will show you all that also. So what we will study as a topic, I have covered in my slide in under resource management. We have, 10 knowledge area, and one of your knowledge area is how to manage the resources. So you understand resource management. When we say resource, it is all about human resource also and physical resource also. Correct. What do you do in project management? You do team management, no? All of you understand.
Man,
no?
machine, and tools.
Yes. So when it comes to physical resource and human resource, okay. So you do human resource. Human means what? It should be under people domain, correct? And in terms of your knowledge area, it should be your resource management, correct? So this, as part of when I will take as a when I will teach you about resource management, I will also cover 5 ways of doing conflict management. So this topic itself, this task itself will be covered. Then there is a under, when we do resource management, we talk about develop team and manage team. Again, this will be covered under that. All these things will be covered. Here you will see here they are been talking about value servant leadership. This is agile concept. So what we have done is we will take, we will cover everything when it comes to taking the slides, and that is how I have ensured that nothing is left out. So we will talk about develop team and manage team also. So there we will study about all these enablers also. So that is how all this is being covered. We will talk about, again, when we talk about teams, we will talk about ground rules also. So that is there. Just showing you when it comes to processes, we'll talk about communication management. There we will talk about, as a process we will talk about, and here it is written like a task. So everything. Then it comes to stakeholder management also. We'll talk about engaged stakeholders. We'll talk about schedule management also, plan and manage it. Schedule management, totally we will talk about everything. So we'll talk about scope management, we'll talk about quality management. So all these topics will be covered as part of your knowledge areas. We'll talk about business environment in terms of environment, your EEF, we talk about enterprise environmental factors, and then we talk about other, like we'll talk about business case document, benefit management plan. So all these things will be covered here. Benefit management plan. In terms of value, we will talk about business case document. Nothing, I mean, I'm just trying to show you things, but this is your exam content outline. That is why I was telling you, it is not, nowhere it is written, read this from PM Book 6 or read this from PM Book 7, nowhere. Okay. So don't try to map with any book, one particular book. And PMI has never published any book saying that, okay, this is the book and these are the domains These are the topics. Now something is written inside this topic. Nothing, no book is there. Okay, so don't try to map it to one single book, but try to once we cover all the course, come back and read these tasks. Okay, again, read all these things and try to figure out on your own that do you know anything about, do you know things about this topic, do you know something about this. Try to make your own judgment that that you know everything. That is how you should be doing it. So go through this exam content outline and fee structure, everything what I explain you. Currency changes could be there, so I am not means it all depends. I just mentioned you in terms of dollars, but you can pay the fees in India also with rupees also. So that conversion maybe they will ask you, because earlier it was only dollars. Now they put a conversion, I think, huh? That when means definitely if you want to pay, now they ask you also if you want to pay in some other currency. Now it is possible. In our time it was not possible, that also. Here it is again mentioned in dollars, but it is written also that you can pay in other currency also. Definitely, but whatever it's not that you paid more or less. It has to be same. Only the dollar conversion will be there when it comes to your paying the fees in another currency. Yes, guys. Is it fine or you want, means, you have any question?
Ma'am, very small question. As
Hmm.
you earlier said, we have exam for 230 minutes
Hmm.
and we have two breaks, good breaks for 10 minutes after 60 questions.
Hmm.
And you told that if you take it, it's okay. Otherwise, you will keep on doing your exam. Is it?
Hmm. Yes.
I mean,
Why?
our exam time will
Let me
increase to 250
add
minutes.
one more thing before you ask me. If
Okay.
you take a break, then after the break, you can't go back to the questions which you have already attempted.
Okay.
If you don't take a break, you can always switch on here and there.
All right.
Means you don't got to see your 60 questions which you have done as part of before the break. That is what our time what used to happen. I don't have experience in giving this type of exam. In our time it was all one go. Means you have to sit there for 4 hours, do whatever, even if you want to go to restroom, and that was your time, the clock was clicking. Okay, and you have to stick to your place for 4 hours. And now whether it is easy or whether it is difficult, I cannot comment. But then you cannot, the thing is you cannot go back to the questions. In our case, we can go back to the questions.
Okay. That for 60 blocks question only.
Yeah, 60 what you have already submitted as part of before the break, you cannot see them.
All right. All right.
So that is again your call, that you want to see them or then take a break. What do you want to do? Okay. Any other question? Today we didn't went for any break, guys. Every time we'll have a 15 to 20 minutes break. So what you want, just to have a break now, or mm, hmm? Otherwise what my plan is 6:30 to 9:30. Between that, maybe around 8 we should have a break of 15-20 minutes. For me at least, I am speaking from such a long time, so definitely I need to breathe.
Okay, madam, we'll take the break right now, then we'll come back.
Okay, so let's have a break, guys, for 15 minutes and we'll come back. Is everybody back?
Yeah, we are back.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, so so okay, guys, can you hear me? Hmm? Okay.
Yes, we can hear.
Yes,
Yes, we
ma'am.
can hear you.
We can hear
Yeah.
you.
Okay. So let's have a, as I said, we'll start with the two different approaches which we follow in project management, which is predictive approach and agile approach. So I want you to first clear the concepts. Then we will go in deep dive into both kind of approaches. When it comes to predictive, we will talk about processes, and then when it comes to agile, specifically we will be talking about Scrum methodology. And so that is why I told you you have to study agile guide also, Scrum guide also, because none of the books like talk about 6th edition or 7th edition. They specifically tells you about agile, but agile will be 50%. It's a good amount of questions you will be asked in agile when it comes to your exam. So that is why I recommend not even PM book 6 or 7, but I also recommend reading Agile Guide and Scrum Guide. But this is just, as I told you, reference guide I can tell you, but I have covered, I've taken care of everything in my, as part of my teaching in this 35 contact hours. So just to ensure that you know things, but even as I said, 35 hours is not enough. So that is why I'm saying you to, refer the books also. So, so let's understand, guys, what is predictive, what is agile. Guys, anybody in any case, Scrum certified or agile certified? Anybody of you? Okay. Tell me, guys. Anybody has done? None of you are has any experience?
Yes, Miss Neetu, I am
Yes, sir?
certified Scrum Master.
Okay. Razak, huh? Okay.
Yes,
Okay. Scrum, you are certified Scrum Master CSM or CSM, huh?
CSM, yes, correct.
Oh, okay. Who else? Any experience in Agile? Anybody?
Yeah, I'm ISTQB certified agile practitioner.
What, Dikshit? What did you say? Sorry.
ISTQB, International Standard for Testing and Qualifications Board.
Is this Scrum certificate? I am not sure of this certification. Is this Scrum this Agile certification? Any kind of?
Yes, this is an agile certification, a part of quality assurance and agile.
Okay. Anyhow, I have no information. Sorry.
No,
But it means you know Agile, huh? Whatever, huh?
yeah,
Maybe not specifically any Scrum certification or
yeah,
Scrum.
all those sprints are retrospective calls, everything, those
Okay,
Scrum team and all.
okay, so you know, huh? You have a background on these things. Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Okay. So Farhat is asking, will you be sharing some of the study materials such as Agile Guide, etc.? Farhat, definitely we'll be sharing with you, and Michelle will be in touch. Please mute yourself. Who's that? Abhishek. Oh, okay. Farhat, we will be sharing with you, and get in touch with Michelle. In fact, Michelle has been sending you some links also on WhatsApp. You all guys I believe you are all on WhatsApp with Michelle. and she will be sharing across the links also, whatever content the institute wants to share with you. It is not on my personal level, I will be sharing anything with you. Institute will be sharing with you the link where they will put all the resources for you in terms of your study material. So just speak to her, and in turn, if she requires something from my side, I will be definitely giving to her, and in turn it will come to you. So not a problem that way. This will be the guidelines that is to follow when it comes to sharing also. So she will be the one who will be doing that, operations team. Okay, so I think that's fine with all of you, and we can now. I just wanted to have a feel of how many of you have the concept of agile. So I see only 1 or 2 people have knowledge. I mean, some knowledge, or let me see how much knowledge. I mean, if you are really certified, then you will have good knowledge. And but I see most of the people have no background. So I will start with a very preliminary information as to kind of foundation to make you understand and define how do we discriminate, or how do we decide as a project manager that which approach should. This is a general question for you, all of you, right? That you'd say, ma'am, how do we decide that whether to follow predictive approach if you are given a project, and basically it's written in everywhere that project manager should decide whether he needs to follow predictive approach or whether he need to follow agile approach. So how you as a project manager in today's time will decide? So unless and until you know what is predictive or you know what is agile, then how will this question doesn't apply to you in that case. So first of all, let's understand from conceptual point of view, what is predictive, what is agile. So again, I'm coming to few of my own slides. I mean, to make you understand things better. So I made some slides to make you, take you along as to make you understand how these approaches fall and what do we work in, how do we work in different approaches. So as you can see now my slides, I hope you all can see the slides. So we have, you can say there are different project life cycle approaches we follow. One is
No,
predictive.
ma'am, we are not able to see your screen.
We are not able to see your screen.
Is it? Just hold on. Okay, now?
Yes, we are able to see.
Okay, good. Okay. So what I was saying is you have different project life cycle approaches. One is predictive life cycle, then we have adaptive life cycle, and then we have hybrid life cycle. Let's first put them into 3 categories. Then now first is, as you see, predictive or plan driven. Okay, or sometimes we call it traditional approach, or we call it waterfall also. I have put in next slide, basically waterfall or traditional approach. This is what about predictive or plan driven approach. And as you see, we are saying plan driven, meaning to say, first you plan in the very, when you initiate a project, after initiation, first you will plan everything in your project. Means the how part of the things, how part of the project in terms of your planning. It's all your documents, understand like that. It's all your documents which you plan, means you make as part of how you will execute the project, how will you monitor and control the project, how will you close the project. It's all planning, right? So you plan, and once your planning document, the big project management plan, gets signed off by your management, then you start executing the project. And monitoring and controlling, we say, is a background process. It happens throughout, and then you close the project. This is how a typical plan driven projects work. So guys, having said that, just open your mind. When I'm teaching, please be with me and catch my words. And as I said, get your concepts clear, which is very important. Then you pick up any book, hardly matters. You will be able to understand all the what is written in any book. Okay. So when we say plan, so this is all when we say plan driven. And do you understand that when we are doing plan driven means the very upfront planning has been done, and how difficult it is, like, you know, you plan something and mean in between the project some deviations come and you have to make some changes, so it's like coming back, which becomes very difficult. So that is how, you know, waterfall model always believe in, you know, like a water dripping down. That is how we believe that, you know, water should always be dripping down. It should not, you know, you cannot go like this. Water comes always down. So it's like one phase after another. And how difficult now, same way, if you plan something and while executing some deviations come and you have to go back, it's again, you are, you know, you have to spend so much of money. It's like that. You have to go back, and you maybe, you know, as you know, you design, you develop, you test, and during testing is, if something goes wrong, you got to know something is wrong with the design itself. It's kind of, you know, you have to manage the changes in that case, because the planning has been already done upfront, and based on that planning only you have started executing the project. So that is how these plan driven projects work. So when we do plan driven means we follow change management. Changes needs to be managed now in plan driven projects. Changes will come. See, again, when it comes to real life, what is there any project where changes have not come? Changes will come. Deviations will come. But we all need to, but when it comes to plan driven projects, we need to manage those changes. And I will teach you how to, you know, how do we do change management. We'll talk about it as a separate process itself. That is perform integrated change control process. We will talk about it. But let's understand that this is how a predictive life cycle approach is. Firstly, we say it is a waterfall or traditional approach. So it's a traditional approach. When we started project management back in the 1960s, it was all about traditional approach only, which we follow in terms of plan driven approach, where the project needs, guys, somebody has to mute. I mean, I can hear the background noise. Salman. Okay. Okay, guys. So what we say in terms of waterfall or traditional approach, where the project needs, requirements, and constraints are understood. So in such kind of projects where the needs and requirements are well understood, constraints are understood in the very beginning of the project itself, then you can plan. Okay. So, and plans are developed accordingly. The plans drive the project. So you understand that first you make the plans, and then plans will only drive the project forward. Planning is done upfront. Project scope, time, and cost are determined as early in the project as possible. As I said, during planning itself, you will have your three baselines, which is your scope baseline, time baseline, and you will have a cost baseline. So we have three baselines when it comes to predictive approach we follow. So in planning itself, we make the baselines. If you don't understand baseline, understand like that. I will explain in a very simple way. You are in the beginning only, you are going to say, this is what I will do, means scope. Your scope is clear. You are doing baselining to the scope, means this is my scope. Okay. Then you are saying, this is my time, means schedule. I will start on this date, I will finish on this date. Again, very layman terms I'm talking about. You're also saying, I will spend this much money. So you are doing this much in this much timeline, and this is my cost. You are defining upfront all these three things. Now, in between the project, if deviations comes, now you understand that if deviation comes means there is a change. Can you, if I start, if somebody gives me more scope and I take that scope, can I complete the project with the same budget I had, in the same timeline I had? No. Correct. So disturbing any of the baseline will disturb other two baselines also. That is how we say these are our constraint. and that is called our iron triangle, or we say is triple constraint. So what are the triple constraints? Scope, schedule, and cost. And we also say, if we write it on the vertices of the triangle, scope, schedule, and cost. So this is my iron triangle. I do anything to any of these, other two will also get affected. That is how, the predictive or plan driven approaches. This cycle is preferred to use when project outcomes are well understood and known. So when do you, again, you have to understand that. When will you take this approach? When you know that your requirements are there with you. The customer is able to articulate the requirements to you well. So well understood, well articulated requirements are there with you. So you are saying that, okay, this is, my scope. Then only you can make your schedule and cost realistic, right? So you will take this approach only when your outcomes are understood, requirements are known, predictive cycles are formal, and enable the project team to stay focused. And the good part is all of us are focused when it comes to predictive approach. Why? Because we know what needs to be done. It is not, everybody knows, you, me, we are all, if we are all part of the project and we have been assigned, the resources have been assigned to the schedule activities. We know today what we have to do, tomorrow what we have to do, then what we have to do. We are all very focused, right? So it is the formal approach and remains the team focused on each phase of the project before having to move forward into the next phase. Project manager makes sure to monitor and control changes. This is what you will do as a project manager on the project that might impact the triple constraint triangle. Just now I explained you triple constraint triangle also. So this is how a typical predictive approach falls. Now let me go back. So this was predictive. Now when it comes to adapt, so what did I also said? We follow change management. Okay. So, but in adaptive, it is itself called change driven. This is change management, and here we are saying change driven, or we sometimes say changes are welcome. We welcome changes when it comes to adaptive life cycle. There we manage, here we welcome changes. How? Let's understand that also. So first of all, adaptive approach, these are all adaptive approach. Now what is adaptation? All of you understand adaptation, right? When it comes to, more flexibility. Today what is happening? Because of COVID, have you seen that, in fact, you see there are many businesses have shut down and many businesses have flourished also. They have taken the advantage of COVID. So why, how is it all possible? Those who take it like, they have been flexible in turning around their processes, they are surviving. And those who cannot do it, they all succumb. So that is why don't we understand that, because COVID is a very good, what you can say, justification, or it's learning for us. Basically all of us, we have learned a lot from COVID. Speak about anything. So businesses have also learned a lot of things when it comes to survival also, that how to serve means how to change, make their processes so flexible that they can survive in such adverse conditions also. That is why I am saying that the projects also, we should know how do we work in adaptive environment. So when it comes to adaptive, we have three kinds of life cycles: iterative, incremental, and agile life cycles. So let's understand. And agile, we say agile is a mixture of both iterative and incremental. Again, mute yourself, guys. Okay, so first let me show you one picture. What are you seeing? Mona Lisa picture. Guys, are you able to hear me? Say somebody should keep on saying yes or no. Na?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. We can see, ma'am. We can see the picture.
Okay. Okay, so you see two pictures here. Huh? One is iterative, another is incremental approach. What difference are you seeing now? Both these pictures are showing, after the picture is ready here. Same picture. Mona Lisa picture is getting here also, you are showing getting also here also. But the approach of making this picture is different in both the cases. Can somebody tell me? I am not talking about in any technical language. I am talking very simple. So tell me, what is the difference in making this picture?
Uh,
The approach
ma'am,
to be followed.
in this picture, I can say this iterative is more like predictive management. We have all the base ready, and we know where we color, and we come with the product. But in incremental, we split this into WBS, work breakdown structures, and we develop this painting in steps, and we come with the final product.
Anybody else want to speak?
Iterative is layer by layer we are making the product, and incremental is block by block we are making the product.
Okay.
Iterative is like it is step-by-step procedure actually. But incremental is like we are divided into the I mean we distribute. It is kind of a WBS approach.
Ma'am, it's lot of disturbance. Can you please mute that we all?
I think okay. Somebody has to mute. Maybe Okay, I heard all of you. Let me speak now. Okay. So guys, as you are seeing these two, as I told you. See, again I will go back to the slides to read in more in terms of technical language, but let's understand from the very preliminary kind of very simple language. Now iterative means cycles. Okay, you are actually created this picture in terms of iterations, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, meaning to say, when you first went to customer, he gives you a scope. He tells you he needs a Mona Lisa picture, and how does it look like? Whatever way he wanted to explain you, he explained to you. Whatever he know, maybe he didn't know actually how the final picture will come out. So he was not clear about the scope, but he said, okay, I want a picture of Mona Lisa, and this is how Mona Lisa looks like. And the customer tells you how Mona Lisa looks like. He explained you something, and you come back with the first iteration, and you make something like this. Then he gave you some refinements that this is not right. The hand should be like this or whatever. It should be like holding not on the mouth or whatever. Then you make this. Then he told you some colors to be put. You make something like this, and then fourth, he said something else to how the colors should be there, and then finally he agrees with you that this is how Mona Lisa's picture should look like. So cycles are happening here. With every iteration, some refinements is happening. Scope was there. He needs Mona Lisa picture. That was that, and howsoever he was able to tell you the scope, he told you. But then he also said, I will be able to take this Mona Lisa picture only when I'll get satisfied, kind of when I will know that it is done. So refinements will keep on happening by giving the continuous feedback to you. This is how the picture got developed. Now so this is kind of iterative approach. Let me just again in the same perspective, let's talk about incremental. So you went to customer tells you the scope of how the head portion should look like. You in the first time when you make the head portion, then he explained something else to you, some other things to you. So you keep on adding. And finally the final product came out. Now when you say combination of iterative and incremental, that is what we are saying agile. Agile is a combination of iterative and incremental. When we work with the following both the approaches in one approach only. So both these approaches are to be followed in agile, then we call it agile. And today why we are talking agile, because we realize that neither iterative alone will work, neither incremental alone can work. Together we are into such a dynamic world today that together these two approach taken together will only work, and that is how we call this as agile. Now again, to explain you from picture perspective, see what do we do in agile. Now you see how this both, if we work in both ways, in follow both the approaches, then we are saying agile. So you see the Mona Lisa picture was there, means we started making it. So every time when you are making the picture, you are taking a feedback from the customer and you are adding also something. You are adding it also, keep on adding and keep on taking the feedback also. Here you took the feedback, did some refinement with every next, with every iteration. Here you keep on adding something. In this, you are refining the earlier also, and you are adding something also. This is how this approach works. And finally, so both understand feedback, what we are trying to say. Feedback is also important, and because customer today is not sure of what he wants. So you cannot say, okay, I'm done. What you said, I'm done. Because alone he is not able to give you only incremental. Again, you need to take feedback of every time you go to customer. Earlier thing what you have developed, you have to take feedback also. And when you go next, you add again something over it. And again you take feedback. So feedback plus adding something together will work. That is what we are saying in terms of how agile works. Now, when it comes to theoretical, now understand, you will understand more now in terms of technical terms. In iterative, now have the picture in your mind, this picture in your mind. Okay, this is the picture. Just now understand in terms of technical project management. A project life cycle where the project scope is generally determined early. This is what I said. So project scope is determined early in the project life cycle, but time and cost estimates are routinely modified as the project team's understanding of the project increases. So scope is, earlier only scope is determined, but since the customer is not sure of how things will turn out, so we are not able to estimate correctly what time and cost, how many iterations will it take to complete the project. So that is why it is written like this. Requirements are dynamic. Both when we talk about adaptive, everywhere dynamics requirements are dynamic, irrespective of what we talk in predictive. Here the requirements were understood well in the very beginning, but here we are saying requirements are dynamic, and this approach allows constant feedback. So important, remember, in iterative we are talking about all the time feedback to improve and modify the deliverables. This provides single delivery of product. Your deliverable is ready with 5th iteration only. This is not a ready deliverables. Deliverable got ready one time only, and that was in the end when customer got satisfied, right? So requirements provide single delivery of product. Prototypes are shown to customer and improved until customer is satisfied with it. This approach is used where projects are complex, correct? If the projects are complex, then only it's more of, R&D approach, where we don't know how things will turn out. Research and development is going on, R&D. And project may require frequent changes. Primary goal is perfection of solution. This is the goal. We are not looking for anything else. We are looking for perfection. With every iteration, we are bringing some perfection until the time the customer is ready to accept it, then only it is called the final product. So that was the approach which we followed in terms of iterative life cycle. Now, when it comes to incremental life cycle, it's again an adaptive project life cycle in which the deliverable is produced through a series of iterations that successively add functionality, successively add functionality, successively adding functionality, successively add functionality within a predetermined time frame. The deliverable contains the necessary and sufficient capability to be considered complete only after the final iteration. Again, in this case only, it will be considered complete only by the final iteration only. Many small deliverables are given, but you are giving small deliverables to the customer and keep on adding that deliverables. This approach is used where customer cannot afford to wait for everything to be completed. Now understand that. So customer wants something to be shown to him, something working, you have to show. I'll talk about more about what you mean by working. But are you seeing that here? What was there? He said, even he was very, in a way you can understand, he wanted this piece, this deliverable to be shown to him, to be given to him. Then he said, give this to me. He doesn't want to wait till the last to get the product ready. Maybe what is in his mind is he can use this part. Once you have done this much, he can hang this picture. It sometimes happens, you guys, you would have seen, like, your customer doesn't want to wait till 2 years down the line to the product to be ready. He said, okay, you give me this much, I will be able to work. So that is how, he wants something to be added in terms of the small pieces. And then finally the product will be ready only when everything has been done. So it is in that way. So can you see here, what is the approach? The approach which we are following is by, giving the small deliverables is in terms of increments. The goal is quickness of delivery. There the goal was, keep seeing, here the goal was perfection of solution. Here the goal is quickness of delivery. Now, when we talk about agile, it's a modern approach where team works collaboratively with the customer to determine the project needs. The coordination of the customer and the team drives the project forward. Very important. Collaboration, coordination between customer and team has to be there to take the project forward. It's an approach which uses both iterative and incremental to implement customer feedback and to deliver frequently. Now you see here that since we are saying it is a combination of iteration and incremental, what are we saying? What were we saying in terms of increment? To quickness of delivery, right? In terms of increment, quickness of delivery, and in terms of this perfection of solution. So both in agile, we take the feedback of the customer also. In terms of having collaboration with the customer, every time you are making something, you are making a working module, working product, you have to go to customer to take the feedback. So in next iteration, there are things to do in the next iteration. Plus you will incorporate that feedback also. So you keep on adding, you keep on taking the feedback, and that is how you move. So both, in that case, you are actually combining both the approaches, iterative also and incremental also. So what was I saying? Okay. So, and that is how to implement customer feedback. You are implementing customer feedback and to deliver frequently. This is similar to iterative and incremental life cycle, but at a much more rapid pace. They work well in environments with high levels of change. Now we are talking more and more, pace. Here we are saying we are more dynamic. The requirement, the changes are more, we cannot work, as I said, it's very difficult to work in either of the approach. When the requirements are changing so very frequently, we don't even want to wait for longer time. We want to show something to the customer within 15 to 30 days. When those who have studied Scrum, the cycle is like every sprint is 15 days to 30 days. What are we trying to say? We have to show something to the customer within this time span. We cannot wait for long. And that is how we say because again, we don't assume that, we don't want that we make something very big bang and then we go to take the feedback of customer. We want
can you give us the real life example?
Okay. See, see, I can think about my projects only, so maybe not very relevant to you. So when I was, I will give you one of my NMC project I did with the what you call hospitals, NMC hospital. What we did was we have to make HIS product, okay, that is healthcare product, and that was a project around 2-3 years, okay, that was 2-3 years project. And we have different modules for that, lab module, radio module. Since it's a hospital project, customer demographic screens were there initially, billing module is there, then we have other important modules also. So what we said is we will first make up customer demographic screens, like 2-3 screens where we capture all the details of the customer, and then we will make the billing module. So why did we do that? Because if we give these two modules to the customer, and customer can at least start instead of manual billing, they at least have the customer information captured, and the billing also they can do it on the desk, and they can give the these two modules together will work. Then they said at least they can release this to the front desk for billing purposes, because these two modules will be sufficient enough for the billing purpose. Okay, then they said then we will slowly add on lab module. You all go to laboratories, right, when you go for testing and all. Then slowly we can add up lab module, then we can add up radiology module. Similarly there were other modules. So that is how the whole product got ready. And every time, you understand that we created a customer module, means demographic module, then we actually showed it to the what you call NMC hospital. They said okay, then but they did not release it to the go live. We did not go live with it. We only go live, we call it as a release when we actually made the two modules ready, which is customer module also and billing module. Then slowly we made the whole product ready. This is, we follow the agile approach, because in all cases it's a business. They cannot release something without fixing, without seeing things, without working. They see that it is actually working, then only they will ask us to take it as an increment with the existing one. So we put it into small increments as a module. You got it? Who asked who asked the question, please? You got the example?
I got.
Rajkumar was there? Who was there?
I was asking.
Hello? Yeah, who was there?
Rajkumar.
Yeah, Rajkumar. That was your question, Rajkumar?
Yes, ma'am.
So you understand that every time feedback was also important, because we cannot you customer will never, you will have more understanding when I'll talk about Scrum. We actually, when we work in Agile, we work in
Madam,
release.
on the other hand, we can take the any networking example like that. Previously, we are used to 2G, then it came 3G, then 4G, 5G like that. But at the same time, they are doing the innovative. At the same time, we are giving the delivery also. Can we?
Maybe you can talk about, are you talking about mobile networks, right? We were
Yes,
into
yes, yes.
2G, then product, like even if you talk about today's compatibility when it comes to iPhones, then they are 5G. We were talking about earlier 3G, 2G, 4G, product wise also. But how do I relate? See, we are not talking about single, we are talking in terms of single project. They are all different projects. We are talking here, you are talking more in terms of what you call, I cannot relate to, see, understand, Rajkumar, what your question is. 2G, 3G, what you are talking 2G, 3G is technical advancement. Okay. Because of technological advancement, we are coming up with upgradation of the product. I will not talk it agility. When we are talking is, we have to think about the same means, if you are if you are into, we are talking about the project terms. Rajkumar, do you understand that? There are
Okay,
advancement.
not for the
Today you are
product
saying,
perspective.
even you are saying car. Now electric cars are coming. Okay. You are talking about business environment changes. When it comes to different products, we are not talking about product development. We are talking about project management. Products will get developed based on the technology. Okay, because of changes in the environment, because of new technologies coming. So we are not talking about products here, guys. I am not talking in terms of product management. You understand that, Rajkumar? Every
Yes, ma'am.
industry has products. That is product management when we follow technologies. Here we are talking in terms of projects. How different approaches in the same project needs to be followed when it comes to changing environment. This is what we are talking here.
Ma'am, can I give one or two examples? Please find if I understood or not.
Okay.
I mean, any ERP project, I mean SAP or Oracle, which starts from very scrap position. I mean, we have figured that we need this data as per this format, but we don't know how we get that data.
Okay.
And another example is Uber or Zomato. I mean, food services or car services. We take the feedback from the customers and improve the delivery, improve the rates, and how we execute this.
Is it a project, guys? Again, you are trying to tell me things which is not. What I am trying to focus you is, in the same project you get changes. Project is what? First of all, do we understand what is a project? You are all talking products.
Can I say something?
Projects are temporary, guys. Projects have a time. When I say projects have to be, what we are talking projects. Projects are temporary. Project has to start, project has to end one day. And you have a scope, you have a schedule. Okay. Although in Agile we don't we don't say we don't plan, but we don't in Agile the only difference is we don't have baselines. Okay, but that doesn't mean the Agile projects don't have cost, don't have schedule, or don't have scope. Everything is there, but so in the same project, when changes come, how do we have different approaches? These are what we are talking about. We are not talking in terms of technological advancements when it comes to products. Yeah, somebody was saying something.
Like example, can we say, like, as you said, in the billing cycle for I work in the retail industry, the products and the billing, there are different modules. Each module, as per the requirement of the client, is modified. First, the base is created, and as they start working on that, the modifications are done.
Okay.
Does this that is like the base is done step by step, and the different modules for different, like for the purchase, for the accounts, for the sales, for the miscellaneous, for the management. All these different modules will be there, and as they start, that base is done, and then as they start working on different people on the different modules, they have their feedbacks, and based on those feedbacks, these modules are modified further to the convenience of the customer.
Okay. So again, you understood well, but you understand that I will all okay, whatever you did, but did you take it as a project? Means what needs to be, what did you decided first? What I'm saying is, did you decided first that with each, what you have to do within these two, that is your product road, which we say it's a roadmap. Okay, that roadmap should be clear. You cannot say today, if you are just taking feedback and doing things, then it is not a project itself. You understand that? Huh?
It will be complete, it will be completed with the feedbacks, with the corrective actions or the necessary changes in the tool is being developed, and then they give a closure to it.
Okay.
And then the submission is there, the final go, like maybe it's a 3 months or a 6 month, or maximum it could be a 1 year, because such ERP development projects don't go for long.
But did you decided, what I'm saying is, did you decided that it has to be 1 year or 2 year, or what needs to be done in 1 year or 2 year?
Yes.
This has to be done. Now it's a project. You cannot say you started just like that and then you do that.
No. It will not be like that. It is with a complete closure.
Yes, you have to first upfront means I am not saying you did the whole planning, but at least on the roadmap is clear that this is going to be 2 years and what all you are going to do.
In this developing, each module will be incremental, and incorporating the feedbacks, it will be iterative. Am I correct?
Yeah. See, it works like this. You have iteration 1. See, first there is a roadmap. On the top, guys, there is a roadmap. Okay. We call it product roadmap. What you are creating a product. Project outcome is a product. Understand like that. Huh? You do a project and the outcome of that project will be a product. So that product roadmap should be there. Means roadmap means what needs to be done to deliver this product to the customer. So all what needs to be done is called product backlog. Now this product backlog, again, you think about that all these things which needs to be done as part of this product. You understand that?
Yeah.
We will be releasing 3 releases, 4 releases, 5 releases to customers.
Yeah. Yes.
And under releases, we have iterations, means the cycles. Okay. So under roadmap, understand like that. Under roadmap, we have releases. Under releases, we have iterations. And with every iteration, this is the feedback. You make things in iteration. First iteration, you made something. It's something working. You on something working only you can take the feedback. You cannot show something customer to breaking things, and you are and lot of bugs issues are coming in the screen. Nobody will give any feedback in such. That is why we say working. Okay, something is working, you show it to the customer and get the feedback. Next, what will happen? You are doing things what was already defined in iteration 2. I already know what has to be done in iteration 1, what is to be done in iteration 2. Then only I am calling it as a release 1. Release 1 means 1, 2, 3. What needs to be done in iteration 1? What needs to be done in iteration 2? What needs to be done in iteration 3? But that doesn't mean I just keep on doing it. With every completion of my iteration, I am taking the feedback of the customer also, and then going forward with iteration 2, then iteration 3. Means I am incorporating those changes also. And how we will do, I will explain you. But on a high level, understand like this. How do we move in Agile? You agree?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I was now I'm lost. Okay. They work well in environments and high levels of change and ongoing stakeholder involvement in a project. In this, team delivers the highest value work first to the customer. Very important point now. This is what we are talking, the whole purpose of iterative and incremental, we talked about it. Perfection of solution and the quickness of delivery. Agile tells about the value, highest value. What we do in Agile is we deliver something first to the customer, which is value to the customer. As just I was explaining you that why we are talking that iteration first, what we are going to do in iteration 1 and iteration 2 or iteration 2, is it my whims and fancy that I am going to decide it? How will we decide? It is customer who tells us that, what is priority for him. Value prioritize, what can bring, like I was telling you my example, that customer demographic and billing. He said, if you give me something, why should I wait 2 years? My front desk can work with only these 2 modules. Means he's going to tell me that you have to give me these 2 modules. Now I think that my release has to be with, I have to do what needs to be done for this module, what needs to be done for this module. So maybe first iteration I will give him customer demographic, second iteration I will do billing, and I will add on this also. So by 6 months, my 3 months, whatever. I'm just hypothetically I'm telling you, he can start. This is a release for me with customer and billing. Is this not going to have this projects will have more return on investment? We are talking about value, something what he would have gone in terms of business. He would have been, running his business with everything when you make ready after 2 years. You are making him work for something within 6 months or 3 months timeline, right? He has started working on the system itself. He's able to generate the bill. Why should he wait 2 years? If this is value for him, giving customer a bill from the system point of view is, maybe they become operationally more what you call quickness is there. They are able to generate bill faster by having a system in front of them rather than going through paperwork and all those things. So what automate, so what we are talking, you went and looked for what is going to be, you ask customer what is value for you, and then only you are prioritizing iteration by iteration, what needs to be done in iteration 1, what needs to be done in iteration 2. That is how Agile works. So in Agile, remember, value prioritization has to be done, and it will be done only with customer. Hybrid is a mix of both Agile and predictive, where both sometimes, as we are talking about that in Agile, changing environment, because changes have to be frequent, changes have to be there. So wherever requirements are not clear, you can take it in terms of Agile. Where the requirements are clear, you can take a predictive approach. So when both works together in the same project, we call it Agile, and means we call it hybrid. So that likewise, I have given you an example that development can be Agile, rollout can be predictive in terms of, but if we follow both of them together also, that is also possible. You take some practices of Agile, you take some practices of predictive. I will teach you what are the practices also when we talk about Agile. So you can take in together also, or you can take like the way one after another also in the same project. So that is how we say you can also follow hybrid approach. It's a combined approach. So as only the project manager now will decide that, what approach needs to be followed. So here we need to close today. It's already time. Any question now? Anybody who wants to ask any question?
Madam, do you have any specific case study for the agile and the predictive like that?
What case study? What?
Means the executed project example.
I can give the way I have explained you my example only. I have already given you the live example. What other means? It's a hospital project where we build the products in terms of module by module. That's a case study only. I'm giving you live case study. Yes. Anybody else? Any question? Or you know what? I will see if you. I'm not sure what you are actually asking, but this is a live example I gave you. Yes. Any other question? You know. Yes, guys. Do you understood what we uh, taught today, or you have any question? Please ask.
Yeah,
Yes,
ma'am, it's
miss.
clear. It's clear. Let's
Hmm?
close today, and now we have good idea about agile, this hybrid and predictive, iterative, and
We will study more about Scrum. Huh? How do we actually just I told you conceptually today only, but we will when we will next class we will study about Agile Manifesto, where we will study the 4 values, 12 principles, and then we will go along Scrum. Okay, so you will have a fair understanding of how agility, in terms of agility, how we work. Then we will switch on to our process orientation, that is your predictive approach. Okay, then actually you will be having a good understanding as to how do we work in how did we work in terms of change management, or here we are talking about in terms of welcoming changes or taking feedback when it comes to agility. So any question you can ask, or we can close for the day that way. Okay, you can all log off. If anybody has any question, you can stay back if one by one to one if you want to ask me something. Otherwise, you can all log off.